Hey everyone, Steve Milloy here. I come before you today not to praise the so-called social cost of carbon, but instead to bury it. Instead of the bogus social cost of carbon, we should be talking about the social benefit of carbon, and I'm going to tell you what I estimate that number to be. I decided to address this topic today after running across this article in the Seattle Times about Washington State starting to press utilities to include a social cost of carbon in electricity bills. The federal government estimates the social cost of carbon to be $42 per ton of carbon dioxide. So take, for example, Puget Sound Energy, Washington State's largest utility, which emitted about 48 million tons of carbon dioxide in 2023. With a social cost of carbon at $42 per ton, the utility would have to increase annual electricity bills to ratepayers by over $2 billion. That would be pointless, if not just outright theft. The alleged social cost of carbon is a metric invented by the climate hoax. It's how climate hoaxers attempt to monetize or put a dollar value on the alleged damage to human health and the environment from emissions of greenhouse gases. Climate hoax economists refer to emissions as a negative externality, a cost borne indirectly by others rather than directly by the emitter. It's total nonsense. Emissions are nothing but benefit to humanity and the environment. Emissions have taken humanity from less than 1 billion people in the pre-industrial era to more than 8 billion today. The 8+ billion people alive today are living longer, healthier, wealthier, and freer lives than ever before, all thanks to fossil fuels and their emissions. The Earth is greener than ever before. It carries more life than ever before. Without fossil fuels, billions of us would die. All other life on Earth would suffer as well. Emissions are not a social cost. They are a social benefit, and I have taken an initial stab at calculating that benefit. Since 100% of our society is dependent on fossil fuels, that means that 100% of global gross domestic product, or GDP, is due to fossil fuels. Last year, global GDP was about $104 trillion. To produce that $104 trillion of economic benefit, human activities emitted about 60 billion tons of carbon dioxide. Dividing GDP by emissions, we get a social benefit of carbon of about $1,733 per ton, and that is, if anything, an underestimate because it does not monetize the benefits of emissions to nature. So there you have it. Every ton of emissions represents at least $1,733 of benefit to humanity. That's the social benefit of carbon. Use it to beat back the climate hoaxers and their nonsense claims of a social cost of carbon. Stay up with the latest on the climate hoax. Follow me on X at Junk Science and at my website, junkscience.com. Thanks for watching.